period, yes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Bakar German, and I am a consultant from Bakar's company. And based on my research and analysis, I would like to give some idea about organics, a company based on their company. So here's my business card. So as we start with the introduction about the company, BMS Organics was founded by Lee in 2002, based in Klang Valley in Subang BMS Organic is providing organic food since 2002, and it has more than 53 outlets in Malaysia. So here is based on my internal and external analysis. We have to find out that the company is facing a few problems. What's one of them? Lack of advertising strategy, and the second one is lack of staff training. So here, as you can see, the current situation for the company, the gap analysis, so the declining sales by 7% in financial year 2017 and 2018. And the second side, as you can see, the expected situation for the company, which will boost sales and increase customers. And here we have used the 5 ways analysis, root cause, like to identify the problem and the symptoms that is happening in the company. As you can see, the problem is lack of staff training, lack of skills, and lack of advertising. And the symptoms one actually is different, 7% decreasing in annual sales in 2018. And the second symptom actually staff are not performing well in promoting product of the company. And the third symptom, lack of advertising. The root cause is lack of staff training. So here, as you can see, the 4 days of training is the selected solution for the company. So, is this option sustainable, acceptable, feasible? Yes, it is. As you can see, the employees have that chance to gain new skills and expand their knowledge, empowering the staff to improve their marketing and advertising skills. For acceptability, it is acceptable for the stakeholders. As you know, for stakeholders of the company, customers, clients, COO, managers, and trainers as well. So it contributes in the company's profitability. It has a positive impact on the employees' performance, which lead to benefit the company. So when we come to the feasibility, the cost of implementing this project seems reasonable. And the BMS Organics has all the resources required. Project is within the budget allocated. Actually, the company is allocated like 16,000 to implement this strategy. And they only, you can see the second slide, they are only costing them 7,040 ringgit. So as you can, the estimated cost of 4 days sales training staff for 4 days, they are 12 person. On duration 4 days, the venue training center outside the organization because there is not enough space in the organization. And food for staff and trainer, breakfast, lunch, and so on will be provided by the company, and they are having outsourced trainer as well. Transportation, they're using public transport bus. So the total amount, as you can see, is 7,040 ringgit as calculated. And here is the RACI matrix, what stands for reasonable, accountable, consulted, and informed. As you can see, there are 3 major people involved in this project: the CEO, HR manager, and finance manager. COO will be informed and consulted by HR manager regarding all the tasks of the project. And for the HR manager will be the accountable, responsible for all the major tasks of the project, such as creating itinerary for plan, finalizing plan, coordinate, venue, trainer, and so on. As for the finance manager, actually will be charging for money. Will be responsible for tasks that involve with payments such as venue, food, and so on. And here is the 5 stages, since the whole process from training has been divided into 5 phases, which will kick off from 1st January 2020 and finish on 24th February 2020. As you can see, the first one, phase 1, actually is the project intuition and planning. It will take 10 days, and the HR manager and CEO responsible for this one. And HR manager also and finance manager for phase 2 define for the project venue, finding the place. And phase 3, induction of the trainer, will take 15 days. And the fourth one, the organizing, it will take 9 days, finding the venue. And phase 5, actually the last phase, and what's implementation, a training day, which will take them 4 days. And here is the training project. There are 5 risks involved. It has to be taken action. So the first one, lack of staff interest in training. So in this one, actually, the company has to offer like some incentives or bonus for staff to make them more interested during their training. And the second one is actually consolidation of the venue. They should have backup venue and alternative before anything might happen. And accident of the trainer, postpone training until an alternative of training is arranged. If there is anything happen to the trainer, they should have backup. And the fourth one actually is multifunction of the multimedia. So for this one, they have to check their tools, testing their tools before starting the training. And the fifth one, actually, natural disaster flood. This one you can see that it's beyond their control, but they can like weather forecast and planning that the training days in case of unforeseen events. Training will be postponed. Here is the expected impact on the project, as you can see before and after. This is the total number of customers in peak and off season before implementing the project. And the customers was 4,320. And the total sales before implementing the strategy, it was 660,000. After that, as you can see, there is a big difference. The total number of customers after implementing the project was 7,020. And the total sales after implementing the strategy was 822,000. Sales and customers expected to be increased by 27%. So the outcomes of the after implementing this strategy, the number of customers and sales of services increased by 27%, and the productivity and efficiency will be increased in the organization as well. And employees are occupied with the necessary skills, and customer service will improve. And here's the impact on stakeholders. As you can see, stakeholders like staff, manager, COO, and trainer, and customer as well. So for staff, members of BMS Organics, developing their skills, knowledge, improve customer service, improve sales, improve personal selling and advertising, and rebuild confidence. And for the customers, customer satisfaction will be there as well. High quality products, service, value. And for the CEO, increase market share of BMS in Malaysia. And training staff about industry trends, increase in revenue and productivity. And for many years, staff engagement and training, building team strategies, and employee satisfaction. And the last one, actually, the trainer. The trainer will learn from personal experience, network building, and getting more idea while training the staff, and domain knowledge. So here we come to the conclusion. Like training for the company section aims to enhance cognitive and behavioral changes and on developing critical competencies for job performance. And training staff is very beneficial for the organization to improve productivity and performance. It increases sales around 27%. So training program has proven that it's suitable, acceptable, feasible, and applicable to the company to be implemented. Thank you. Any questions?
Okay, you have mentioned 4 days training.
Yes.
After that 4 days, is there any follow-up?
No, actually for this it was the last day. Since they started and like planning to do the project, the strategy, the 4 days was the last days. Since they started like 1st of January, they will finish it on 24th of February.
Okay. No, what I'm trying to say by follow-up is, you see, give 4 days training. If there's no additional follow-up to see that they're keeping to it, the training might not be effective. They get the skills, they might not implement. So that's what I'm asking about follow-up. Will there be anything to follow up to make sure that whatever training is obtained?
Yes, of course there is. Whatever the training have done for that one, so they will keep it up, so and then implement it.
So how are they going to monitor that?
So they are going based on the employees working, while they are working, evaluation, and they see is there any progress, like before and after the training for this, that they would see the difference.
Okay, what about if, let's say, they've got training, they've already learned certain things, subsequent to that, they come across a new situation which has not been covered in the training. What can they do?
They can, for that one, actually, they can notice that and like, what can I say? And report it to the HR manager because he's the one who's dealing with employees, and that one, it should be a very good point. So next time when they are doing the training, they should focus on that point more, so they can solve this issue.
So how frequent would you recommend the organization to have trainings then?
Actually, for the organization, I recommend them based on the research and analysis I have done for this report. Like each 6 months, they should have training for their employees to improve. Especially like nowadays, it's technology advancements, so they should have at least 6 months of training for their employees. Anything else? Thank you.